Outside the things that been pushed in your mind, it's a good time. Now it's a good time. Got to lose some battles, but you'll make it in time. Yes, you'll make it in time. Got to lose some battles, but never give up your fight. Don't give up the fight if you're ready.
What's going on, everyone? My name is Beau Cody. We're about to get started in, let's say, 30 seconds. Okay? We're going to be talking about Reggae Roulette, the event that I threw a little while ago. I hope you guys enjoy. There's going to be a lot of extra content, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So tune in. Thank you so much. We'll start in a second.
We must not be naive. We must focus on the future, just to save humanity. Lost losing battles, but you'll make it in time. Yes, you'll make it in time. Got to lose some battles, but never give up your fight. Don't give up the fight if you're ready. But you'll make it in time.
Okay, let's get started. So, my name is Beau Cody. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's get into this thing. What's going on, everyone? My name is Beau Cody, part of the BC Project, and I want to invite you to come down on November 20th to AV Vegas for the 9th Island Reggae Roulette. Let me explain, because I don't think you've been to a show like this before. So there's 3 Las Vegas reggae bands: ST1 Reggae, Haliamano, and the BC Project, my band. And the exciting thing about this concert is we don't know when we're going to play. There's no order, there's no closers, there's no openers. When the event starts, we roll a little roulette wheel, and whatever it lands on, that's the band that's playing. And we end the set with a little collaboration with all of us together, just jamming out for you guys. So make sure to pick up some tickets. It's a very socially distant and safe event. We spend a lot of time with the seating, so when you buy a ticket, you're in your own little party pod, and there's 6 feet away from everybody, so you have your own little area to have fun. So make sure to come down. You can get all of the information at reggaeroulette.com. Hope to see you there. Bye, everybody. Very well thought out. It took a lot of planning. It took a lot of permits to do this thing safely, and it's time to bring back live music. Much love, everybody. Hope you guys have a great day, and until next time. Okay, so let's talk a little bit. So this event was called Reggae Roulette. And like it said a little bit earlier, the whole thing behind it was to have a show where, there's no openers, no closers, just good music, good collaboration. So this footage right here, this is the first time me ever seeing the venue. And the first thing that I fell in love with was the backdrop. You could see Las Vegas perfectly. So we chose this spot. Like I said in this little video, it took so many permits. I had to talk with the city about how to basically throw an event in the middle of this pandemic, and in the middle, hey, what's up, man? And in the middle of a bunch of regulations and a bunch of capacity restrictions and stuff. So I did all the research, and it took about 2 months, but this show took 2 months to do, and I kind of wanted to show you guys a behind the scenes. I did a video like this the other day, and when I watched it back, I realized you didn't really get to see a lot of the venue and kind of what we created. So this is pretty much 2 months of work, jam-packed into a 5-minute video. So you just got to see day one, the first time seeing the venue, and then we went into the studio. I took all the bands into the studio so we could make a bunch of content for the show. So well thought out. It took a lot of planning. It took a lot of permits to do this thing safely, and it's time to bring back live music. Much love, everybody. Hope you guys have a great day, and until next time. Make it right. what we did was we did little acoustic versions, and I put together a video for each band to play during the middle of set changes. And pretty much what it was so you could get to know the bands a little bit better. So we'll get to see my band's one in this video, but it was a lot of fun, and it took a bit of time. I think this was 10 days before the show. And then what we did next was we threw a little pre-party event. For me and my band, we added 2 members of the band. We added a keyboard player and a vocalist, and we've never played together, and this was going to be on a really big stage. So I wanted to get in as much practice as possible, and as much practice on a stage as possible. So we ended up throwing an event at a place called Stage Crew, and here's a little behind the scenes. Show, guys. Make sure to look up for the replay very soon. I hope to see you at the 9th Island Reggae Roulette. Bye, everybody. Okay, so here was the night before the show, and you know, I got to see the venue maybe like a handful of times, but I didn't get to see all the lights. I didn't get to see how the stage was going to be set up and all that. So when I went here on this night, you know, I just started getting chicken skin, and I was like, dude, this thing it's big. It's going to be a lot bigger than, you know, we could have ever thought. So here's a little bit of footage of what the venue looked like. What we did was to keep it very, very safe. We made this venue into every seating had their own little pod or their own little section. So if you can see right in the front, like right over here, that's a little table. And what we did was we put seating around all the tables. And then if you were to get a ticket, then you had your own little pod. So it could be from 4 people to 6 people max. So here's kind of what that looked like. And then we're going to dive into my band set at this show, Reggae Roulette. If you do want to watch the show, I'm going to be posting it on my YouTube channel right after this. So that's youtube.com/Beau Cody. But anyway,
ReggaeRoulette.com for the tickets.
Crazy.
They're going fast. We have about 4 VIP tables left. There is one VIP table that's right here, right square, smack dab in the front. So, hope to see you guys here. Much love.
So this was the calm before the storm. We were trying to figure out the flow and the process of bringing people in, and now it's showtime. So we did temperature checks in the very beginning, in the very front, and then your little section will be walked by our ushers to your own special section. So there wasn't a lot of things going on, but meanwhile.
So we're gonna have 3 videos that kind of go back to back. Right now, we're gonna do the intro and then the soundtrack. Right now. SC1. Yeah. So I'm gonna walk back there right now. They're gonna turn down the music and then start the video. Okay. So Whenever I can get a cue for them to start that. Oh, Eric.
If you can see me right now, so throwing or being in an event is one thing, but having to throw one is a whole nother animal. By this point, if you can see, I have a talking comm on, and what that comm did was it allowed me to talk to the media team who was there, the live stream team, the DJ, and the sound guys. So I was telling everybody what to do during the show. I was seating people. I was dealing with security, like so much. It's nuts. Just a thing. Like you could hear me just go, oh. And I still had to play 2 sets that night. So, dude, whole different story. That's the view from the seat. So let's start this thing. The BC Project. My band. Here we go. Funniest thing to start this off though, when we got on stage, my guitar player was missing.
Okay, so we're the BC Project.
So I had to waste a lot of time talking.
Anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. Just to tell you a little bit about this event. So Reggae Roulette. I had this thought for about 10 years to have a show where there's like no openers, no closers. It's just a night of good music, a night of collaboration. Especially during like hearing all these things about things closing down. Thank you guys so much for being here. Can you guys give a round of applause for your guys' selves? Thank you so much. Also, make sure to get food in the back.
Still burning time because we don't know where the guitar player is.
One real quick thing. If you guys are into wine, we did get some wine donated, and all the money goes straight to the bands. So just ask for Vegas Valley wine. I think there's like a Zinfandel and like some kind of white wine. So make sure to do that. Support the bands. Thank you guys so much.
But I don't know who to blame, so I took a trip heading out over the border. It's so cold in a very warm place. There's a million lights in a very tight space. She'd always wondered how the bell keep where we take. We're still here waiting, but the sun still not shining. This is a warning. You got to get out of this place. This is a warning. Calling from miles away. Yeah, we say this is a warning. You got to get out of this place. This is a warning. Calling from miles away. I've been thinking about it, all the things you say, and the words and the melodies from the music that you play. I like to live my life each and every day, making the most of every moment till the moment slips away. You know we always still got work to do, and all the breezes and it is bring me back to you. And I would like to leave you all with this feeling. Say if you want love, you give love, that's all you really need. This is a warning. You got to get out of this place.
Big shout out to one of my favorite movies on Netflix. 2020, man. Spent a lot of time on Netflix that first month. Favorite movie, The Wrong Missy. This song's featured in it. Big shout out, Pepper, Stick Figure.
Calling from miles away.
It's getting freaky in this room. Let me hear you say you want that boom. We can take it slower, we can zoom.
Baby, if you're ready for the
It's getting freaky in this room. Let me hear you say you want that boom. We can take it slower, we can zoom.
baby, if you're crazy. This is a warning. You got to get out of this place. This is a warning. Calling from miles away. This is a warning. Thank you guys so much.
If you followed me and my journey for a while, this song is pretty special to me. Here was a reggae tape on one of my originals. This song is called Before. And it goes like this.
I know just what you've been feeling. You're scared all alone. Keep retreating from me. Said that you're not ready, but I wanna take it steady with you. With you, I want you, need you. I could see you hot if you want to be my baby. It's crazy, I can make you forget about those times. Try it. Said that you just need a new style. Find peace in my heart. So you know.
Okay, so let me introduce the band real quick. So on drums we have Brent. On the bass right behind me, his name's Rob. Next on the keys we have Jesse. In front of the keys is Maxine, and that's Rob's wife. And then we have Bounce on guitar. White Snake. What up, my dude? Hope you enjoy.
Where you wanna live, I'll be everything you ever desired. I will always guide your heart. First time, looked into your brown eyes, knew I was right to make it alright. I need you to see something deep inside me. Would you be mine? Just so you know, yeah. Wanna hold you like I did before. So you know, wanna hold you like I did before.
Okay, so this is one of my favorite songs for one of my favorite bands I always listening to. They're called Lab. There ain't no use when the world that you love is gone. Facts.
Girl, there ain't no good when the heart of the man is faded. See you try to make a difference, but the heads of the heart keep turning away. Ain't no good when the world that you love is gone. Ooh, gotta make a change. Ain't no you. Ain't gotta make a change.
Ain't no use. Ain't no use.
We got Bounce Cruise on the guitar. Go ahead. Girl, there ain't no good when the world that you love is gone. Girl, there ain't no good when the high of the bed is faded. See, you try to make a difference, but the hands of the high keep turning away. Ain't no good when the world that you love is gone, 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 gone. Beauty of it home is in the sky. Let me take you away, then we'll fly higher. Sit up on the home, on the higher ground, watching from above, no fools around.
It's alright, it's alright, it's alright.
Yeah, it's alright. Ooh, gotta make a change.
Ain't no use. Ain't no use. Ain't no use. Ain't no use.
Okay, so let's chat real quick. Wait, I'm gonna come over there. Hold on. Okay, so let's chat for a little bit. So if 2020 taught me anything, if 2020 taught me anything, it is to just push, to just go for it, because all of these things just happen around you. And it's been pretty crazy. It's been a pretty crazy year. Exactly what's been going on. But yeah, if this year taught me anything, it's just to push. And you know, this is one of the biggest shows that I've ever done and I've ever thrown. And so much things happened. Like literally the craziest things. So the first thing, I was at sound check, and this is in the morning right before the show, and I'm starting to, you know, plug in my guitar and stuff, and all of my multi-effects, like all of the effects on my guitar, the pedal doesn't work. And come to find out, the cord is broken, but it's a very special cord that you need to get from one company. So I had to play this whole show with 0 effects. And that's like a good thing that we do have another guitar player, but it would have been really hard if not. So that happened right before I went on stage for this show. You know, I had that calm on, and I was I didn't really get to enjoy the show going on because there was so much that I had to do. And my videographer, he tells me, hey, you know, just take a break for a little bit. Just go to the bathroom. You're about to go on stage. Just relax for a second. So I go to the bathroom, and my belt buckle breaks. And if you can't tell by looking at this and looking at me, I'm actually a little bit smaller. You know, for 2 whole months, I went to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, woke up at 9 o'clock, and, you know, just started again. So I was overtired. I ended up losing about 10 pounds before the show. So not having a belt was horrible. So I was like, I was like, Hugo, to my videographer, I'm like, Hugo, you got to take one for the team, man. Like, your pants are, tight already. So give me that belt. So that happened. And then the last thing that happened was I threw an event on that Sunday too. And it was an acoustic stripped down, like at the end of the weekend, come down for wine and vibes, an acoustic event. And I had to play on Friday. I had to play my regular residency here in Las Vegas on that Saturday. And on that Saturday, I'm a looper pedal artist. So on that Saturday, I was looping and I was hitting the guitar and I ended up cracking it like in half. Hold on, let me get this thing and show you. But like the worst thing was, it was literally right before my like acoustic event. So on Saturday night, I was like, oh no, I have to play a broken guitar. Where is it? The crack is right. The crack is this long. The crack is this long. And it's right here. So, I played Sunday night with a crack guitar. I played this Friday show with no effects. And it just goes to show that you can prepare as much as you want. But, hey, what's going on? But, like, things are going to happen to you. So, again, if 2020, like, taught me anything, it's to just give it your all. Because things are always going to be happening. And that's kind of like what I had to do with this show. So let's take a little bit of time. I think it's right here. And I'm going to show you some of the interviews that we did with the band. And you can get to know my band just a little bit better. BC Project. Here we go.
My dad was also a drummer, so growing up, I always had my little drum set next to his big drum set, and that kind of got me started on my musical journey. Played in marching band, jazz band, concert band, all of that through high school and middle school, and just never wanted to give it up.
So there's two for me. One, when I'm driving, if I'm ever down, there's a song called Come Around by BRENT. And he's a looper pedal artist from Europe. And like right when I hear that song, it just puts me in the best mood. The second song is Never Too Much from Luther Vandross.
It would have to be Daughters by John Mayer, just because my daughter is just my pride and joy. And every time I hear that song, I think about her. And it just really puts me in a good mood, just thinking about it.
Yeah, just keep playing. It takes practice. You gotta figure out what works, what doesn't work. Don't get discouraged. Just keep going and it'll work.
Just to save humanity, Lord. Yeah. To lose some battles, but you'll make it in time. Yes, you'll make it in time. Got to lose some battles, but never give up your fight. Don't give up the fight if you're ready. But you'll make it in time. Yes, you'll make it in time. Got to lose some battles, but never give up your fight.
So, that was the band. I met Brent on my very first show down here in Las Vegas, and he knew all the words for every single song I was playing. and he was drumming for the band that was right after me. And he said, "Hey, you ever start a band? Let me know." And I was like, "Okay, perfect, cool." Then I met Rob right there on the back on the bass, and I was playing music at Tahiti Village solo, and he came up to me saying, "Hey, I'm a bass player from Oahu too, and I heard you say that on the microphone. If you're ever looking for somebody, let me know." And that's how the BC project started.
I already paid for the wrong that I've done, and I can clearly say I'm a troubled son. Hey, when judgment day, I'll be playing music for the rebel. Hey, boots rock, reggae music, playing sweet in heaven. When judgment day, I'll be playing music for the rebel. Hey, boots rock, reggae music, playing sweet in heaven. Foolish man, build up his house on the sand. Rastaman, build up a temple in a strong foundation. He who knows his way, you know himself. Don't sit aside and criticize. Help yourself. Hey, when judgment day, I'll be playing music for the rebel. Hey, boots rock, reggae music, playing sweet in heaven. When judgment day, yeah, yeah. Boots rock, reggae music, playing sweet in heaven.
Okay, so if you know anything about me, when it comes to music, I don't want to be the most technical band or never make mistakes or any of that stuff. My whole thing is about like playing versions or playing things, music that people are gonna be like, huh? Like at a reggae show, you're gonna play Childish Gambino, you're gonna play Tadao from Masego.
Once again with the BC Project, thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm just getting lost on stage because I don't know when we're going to do this again. So once again, thank you so much. Much love, everybody.
Oh, I'm sorry she hit me like saw that thing so beautiful, babe. She just hit my heart, oh, babe. Full force and she got me like, baby. Why you so fine, babe? Gotta make you mine, babe. So hard to find. I be like, babe, trying to do the thing. Way that she's doing, man, she ain't even show nothing. She be walking around so confident, so heaven sent. I think she could make me now for me, girl. Ta-da, 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 ta-da.
So I hope you're enjoying the show. Once again, my name is Beau Cody. This is some footage from Ninth Island Reggae Roulette.
Here's an original song. Goes like this. I'll never forget the first time I saw your pretty face. Seems no matter what I do, feel out of place. Where did you go? Left me behind. Now all this pain, all these feelings inside. Now you're gone away. Gone away. When I think about you, my heart just fades away. Seems I need you more and more each day. So won't you come back to me? I will give you everything you need. Now you're gone away. Baby, you're gone away. Gone away. Baby, you're gone away. These thoughts in my mind, and my body can't relax till you're right by my side. 'Cause you're my weekday, you're still my weekday. I say now there's so much distance between us two. Seems to get so much further no matter what we do. It's true, but pretty soon we'll just do what we want to. All this pain and struggle together we'll see through.
She's gone away. Yes, she's gone, baby. Yes, she's gone away. Now and then I think of all the times he screwed me over.
And me believing it was always something that I've done. Don't worry. Then we said that we could not make sense, but you said that we could still be friends. Well, I admit that I was playing. It was over, baby. You didn't have to cut me off. Make out like it never happened and that we were nothing. You said I don't need your love. Treat me like a stranger and it feels so wrong. You didn't have to stoop so low. Have your friends collect your records and then change your number. You said I don't need that long.
changed the words at the end and said, I
Ninth
was
Island,
just somebody
Reggae
you got
Roulette.
used to.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah. So once again, you can get this full show. It is www.reggaeroulette.com. 3-hour show. All of this dance.
Trying not to waste my time.
If you want it,
So once again, reggaeroulette.com.
Why don't you give up on everything?
You guys need some new music for your workouts or for the world shutting down again? ReggaeRoulette.com. Back to the show.
Kiss away my pride when they say took me from the day when I lost my name. Yeah. It's something I can live for. Everybody's wondering what's the change. They don't recognize. Got so much to say, but I never thought someone could love someone so much that give up on everything. That will be there when you need me. That will be there when you cry, baby. I will be there when you need someone to tell you that you're beautiful, baby. I will be there when you need someone to run with. I will be there when you need someone to dance with. I'm your lover till the sky turns gray, girl. You're beautiful, baby. Yes, you're beautiful, beautiful. You're beautiful, baby.
yes, you're beautiful, John knows.
Okay, so real quick, I want to dedicate this song to my fiance. It's actually her birthday today. So you can see throwing an event on your lady's birthday, you got to do a lot afterwards, you know what I mean? So I'm going to start here. This song's for you. I'll take you to dinner tomorrow.
And I'm still paying for it.
I feel butterflies when I'm in your hand. You can turn the baby into white sand. You can take a moment, memory in a glance. But I can't believe anyone else. Everybody's talking, you're always shining. You never stop listening, baby. But I never thought someone could love someone so much that give up on everything. That will be there when you need me. That will be there when you cry, baby. I will be there when you need someone to tell you that you're beautiful, baby. That will be there when you need someone to run with. I will be there when you need someone to dance with. I'm your lover till the sky turns gray, girl. You're beautiful, baby.
Okay, so one thing I want to say about this event too. Started struggling on that part, and the reason why is because it was like 50 degrees on stage. And that little H&M jacket didn't do nothing. It was freezing.
You're beautiful, John knows.
Still getting used to that.
Why you gotta be so
Yes, you're beautiful, John knows.
My favorite part's coming up.
There's a billion people underneath the sun that could find a billion more but never find the one. There's a girl who did this and a social life was on magazines, was a shy guy. I'm a superman, thanks to Lois Lane. Kissed away my pride when I went insane. But I never thought someone could love someone so much that give up on everything. points, baby.
Okay, so here's the last song we're gonna go through for my set. The BC Project is the band. You can follow them at the BC Project 702 on Instagram. Much love.
Daylight, I wake up feeling like you wanna play right. I used to know, but now this don't feel right. Maybe put away my pride. So long, you made a brother with a song for so long. You make it hard for boys like that to do wrong. Wishing I could make this mine, baby.
If you want it, you can have it.
You can have me.
If you need it,
Whoa, whoa.
we can make it alright.
If you want it, you can have it, but stay warm, baby, creepy. They gon' find you, gon' catch you sleeping. Whoa, but stay warm, baby, creepy. Don't you close your eyes. Too long, you wanna make it right, but now it's too late. My peanut butter chocolate cake with Kool-Aid. I'm trying not to waste my time.
If you want it, you can have it.
You can have it.
If you need it,
Whoa, whoa.
we can make it alright.
If you want it, you can have it, but stay warm, baby, creepy. They gon' find you, gon' catch you sleeping. Whoa, but stay warm, baby, creepy. Don't you close your eyes. One more time, bounce cruise on the. We got Jesse on the keys. Give it up.
If you want it, you can have it.
You can have it.
If you need it,
Whoa, whoa.
we can make it alright.
Alright, if you want it, you can have it, but stay warm, baby, creepy. They gon' find you, gon' catch you sleeping. Whoa, stay warm, baby, creepy. So close your eyes.
Okay, so it's question time. So I'm gonna just leave this playing in the background. So basically what happened during this show is we had last set. So three local Las Vegas bands played, and then we had one final set, and it was just a mashup of all the bands. So we played a bunch of music a bunch of music we never played before on the stage. It was pretty funny. So singing right now, this is Lady Ryko. She's a part of the band ST1 with Bounce Cruz, the guitar player right over there. But anyway, so if you guys have any questions, now's the time. Let me know. Pretty much, I threw an event in the middle of a pandemic. And it was a safe and socially distant event. We did contact tracing after the fact. So we got everybody's phone number who was at the event, and this thing worked. So nobody got sick from it. Basically, from the moment you got there, we made every step along the way safe, so that people are taking temperature checks in the beginning, and then being walked over to their section, so there's not people talking. Everybody had to stay in their own little sections, and it ended up being a really good concert. So I am gonna answer some questions, and I saw a few of them. So the first question was, how many production companies did you have to use? So AV Vegas is a company that, and it's actually their warehouse. So this is in the back of their warehouse. So, thank you so much. Good to see you. So AV Vegas is a company that does the big concerts, the lighting. They do big live streams and stuff like that for the big artists that are here in Las Vegas. And ever since March 2020, I want to say, oh, thank you, Robin. I want to say March 16. Ever since then, none of these AV companies, none of the bands playing this night had consistent jobs. And you know, just to kind of open up a little bit about being a musician during this crazy time. So I went, let's fast forward, or let's rewind all the way to March. So I went on a trip with my lady, and we went to Colorado because I had to play a private event down there, and we spent about 4 or 5 days. And when this was happening, there were rumors on the TV that, you know, things were gonna start shutting down, but we, just like everyone, didn't really know how serious this coronavirus thing was. So, you know, it's our last day. We head to the airport, and that morning, the president went on TV saying, you know, we're gonna start restricting travel and stuff, so get back to your hometowns or else. So, dude, Colorado airport was crazy. Like really, really crazy, right? So what ended up happening was we missed our flight, and we end up coming back to Vegas. And that same night that we landed, I drove to the Strip because I signed a residency. For the first time in my life, I wasn't gonna be broke from putting my all into music. It was actually gonna pay off. I signed a 5 nights a week residency on the Strip here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it took me 260 shows, and in about like 7 months, it took me that much in order to like get this opportunity. So I signed my name on the line, and I was so excited. And the next day, everything shut down. Everything here in Las Vegas closed, and all of a sudden my residency was postponed until further notice. I saw a lot of musicians were like getting mad. They were like, "Oh, like I lost like 3 shows or this and that." So in March I lost maybe like 20, 23 shows. And this was literally, I was waiting by my phone and I would get a call. It would be like, boom, nope, boom, nope, boom, nope. And I saw those 23 shows just disappear. So I'm sitting at home. This is March, what, 13th, 14th? And now we have no shows. And I realized how fragile the music industry is and how, the bands from the top, very top to the bottom, are all out of work because this mysterious virus pretty much killed the industry for us. So, I was really like mad about it at first because, like I said, I just signed this residency. It was like gonna change everything, kind of, and I put so much work into it and I was like, yes. And then it got stripped from me. And I just thought, wow, like in the beginning, I was like, wow, just like another roadblock. And for what? You know what I mean? So I was depressed, like no joke. I was depressed for maybe the first 2 weeks. And, the first 2 weeks of this lockdown, everybody was just like watching Mad TV, watching the Tiger King on Netflix, like watching all this crap. And one day, like I woke up and was like, now that I think about it, like, I know that 2020 was like a kickback and like it kind of pushed us all back in, our goals and our plans and stuff. But it took the whole world to shut down this time to stop me. So if I can just work harder than anybody and if I can just keep things up and if I can just continue to push, like what's going to stop me the next time? Like what's bigger than the whole world shutting down? You know what I mean? So I started really like rethinking kind of, music. And another thing that was going on during this whole coronavirus thing, which has been super crazy to hear, is there was a narrative going around that musicians and that singers were super spreaders of this virus, all because there were studies. And what the real study was there was a choir, right? And it's a choir of like really old people who were kind of like, that's the people that in the very beginning, that's the people who were getting sick. And like, we got to protect them. So they're already high risk. So there's a guy who had coronavirus and he went to choir rehearsal and he sang and he got like everybody in there sick. So they instantly said, hey, it's music, right? But like, no, that would happen in any room, in any kind of circumstance. Like if this guy went to McDonald's, he would get everybody in McDonald's sick. You know what I mean? So for a while, I was watching this narrative like, oh, musicians are the ones because they sing at venues and their spit goes and like all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, they're trying to like take music away. And it's wild, So one of the reasons I wanted to do this show and I wanted to put in my resources and stuff like that into throwing an event like this was to show that live music can be done safely and to show that it's an important thing when it comes to society. Like for me, whenever I was feeling down and feeling like bad in regular life back in Hawaii, like in college and in high school and that kind of stuff, I would go down to the Mai Tai bar and I would listen to a different musician every night, just give it their all on stage, and that like made me happy. And a lot of times on stage during this show, I almost cried on stage because I was like looking in the audience and people were together and people were like safe and they were having a good time with their friends. They weren't thinking about 2020 and everything that's been going on. They were just having a good time. And like my main thing now is just to remind people like, okay, I understand things are going on, but like always fight for live music because like there's so much healing power in music. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's crazy just watching this whole narrative and seeing how like it was considered, or seeing how much things are considered non-essential. You know what I mean? So anyway, going back a little bit, so I switched my mindset saying, hey, 2020 is a drag, yes, but it took the whole world to shut down to stop me. So I'm not going to let it stop me though. So I started diving into what it takes to throw an event. And it took me down this crazy like rabbit hole. And I had to learn about permitting. I had to learn about all the licenses you need to throw things like this. I had to talk with the city, and we had to give them a plan which showed the whole layout of the venue. Wanted it so specific that we had to write down where every single tree in the venue was, like little bushes. It wasn't even trees, it was little bushes. And we had to kind of give our plan on how it was going to be safe. Throwing an event during a pandemic is pretty rough. And during this whole process, it was leading up to the event. We were hearing in the news, Las Vegas just spiked 4,000 people per day getting sick, and that, you know, it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. And we come up to the event and I'm like, oh no, like, I don't know if we'll be able to, you know, do this thing. What if we get shut down? And that actually affected things, because maybe like 10 tables or 10 little sections of people decided, hey, we want a refund. And then some of the sponsors dropped out last second too, because they're like, hey, things sound like they're getting too crazy. I don't even know if you're going to be able to throw this event. But luckily it was the last weekend, literally the last weekend before the governor of Las Vegas announced, hey, we're going back to heavy restrictions. Now it can only be 50 people in your venue, or 25% capacity, whatever's less. And for a show like this, like, that would destroy it. You know what I mean? That's all of the money coming out of our pocket. So yeah, I learned so much during this experience. If you guys have any more questions about throwing an event during this, I pretty much just worked. I worked for 2 months on this thing, and I feel like right when I got on stage, you got to see the show, and right when I got on stage, like, I closed my eyes and it was done. And I was like, man, all that work. But anyway, if you guys do want to see the whole show, I am going to post like a little shorter version for free on YouTube. So it's youtube.com/Beau Cody. I'm telling you, there's so many good things that happen in this event. And if you do want to support it, I did go a little bit in the negative from this, because, you know, with restrictions so low, I can see why promoters and people like don't want to throw events during this. But I just thought that it was important. It was important for people to see. It was important for me to capture like this too, so that I can show people that live music is important, that it can be done safely, and that it's needed in society. Because I don't know about you, but the one bad effect from this year is I feel like people are further and further from each other, because we had to go into self-isolation, and because we're starting to, like, you know, we hear on the news every day about this crazy virus thing, and then there's a, you know, just fear for us not to go out anymore. And I wanted to show that, you know, this stuff is important. It's important for our well-being. So if you do want to support, we're selling the show, and the money is to pay the bands that played on this night. The money is to pay the AV company, to pay the live stream techs who pretty much threw this on. So it's a 3-hour show. There are behind the scenes and like breakdowns and like interviews for the show. And if you want to buy it, it's reggaeroulette.com. It's good for if you need some workout music, or if you need some music during this next, you know, lockdown. because, dude, this thing's crazy. The governor spoke today here in Las Vegas, and he spoke yesterday, and he was talking about extending this 50 capacity, and we keep hearing rumors about things might shut down again. And yeah, like it's crazy. Life before the corona isolation, no jokes. So if you guys need some good positive music, and it was recorded really well, like the audio sounds so good if you put it in like a car, or if you put it on your phone and blast it on your surround sound or something. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this show. Maybe we'll listen to, I don't know where we are in this set, but okay, yeah. So we'll listen to one more song, and then I'll see you guys later. But thank you so much for watching. Much love, everybody. And again, please fight for live music. Live streams are really cool, and a lot of musicians turn to live streaming during this year, but it's not a replacement for live. And there's so many healing properties when you're at a live concert and you're a part of something. And that's kind of what I wanted to show with this. So thank you so much. Much love, everybody. We'll listen to this last song. I have no idea what song it is, but here we go.
Rocks, rocks will be melting, gonna run to the right. Rocks will be melting, gonna run to the rocks, Rocks will be melting, I said, along the way. Down, press some bed, where you gonna run to? Down, press some bed, where you gonna run to? Down, press some bed, where you gonna run to? Along the gonna run to the sea. The sea will be boiling when you run to the sea. The sea will be boiling when you run to the sea. The sea will be boiling, I said, along the way. Down, press some bed, where you gonna run to? Down, press some bed, where you gonna run to? Down, press some bed, where you gonna run to? Along the We got Ryan on the guitar. Gonna run to the Lord, begging Him for mercy. We're gonna run to Jah, begging Him to hide you. Gonna run to the Lord, so begging Him for mercy. I said, along the way. Down, press some bed, where you gonna run to? Down, press some bed, where you gonna run to? Down, press some bed, you gonna run to? Thank you guys so much. Until next time.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more on what's to come. Like, a lot of people ask, okay, so you threw this event, but what's next for you? Like, what is the next step? So, once again, I told you guys why I threw the show. And it was definitely a fun and a cool process to run an entire event from, finding vendors, finding a DJ, security, media for all of the media walls that were there, and also performing. So I do want to throw another event like this, and I'm gonna wait until things kind of open up a little bit more here in Las Vegas. But as soon as they do, that's kind of where my head is at. But where my head is at with what's to come, the future. So when I made that mindset change, where I started thinking, hey, it took the whole world to shut down this time to stop me. It's not going to happen again. So I'm going to just work harder. And, what I started doing was I started looking back at my plans. I like to write a lot. And there's something about like a hand to paper connection for me. Like I always got to be writing in notebooks. And I mean, I have stacks and stacks of paper and like plans and stuff. So I started diving into my old plans. And one thing, so I found Reggae Roulette on it. It was an idea because a lot of people, they go to shows for their artists, right? Which is cool. It's super cool. Like, oh, I need to see this headliner, or I need to see this person. But the whole idea behind this Reggae Roulette was we don't know when we're going to play. There's just 3 solid bands, and we do one set at the end where, it's just us all just jamming and having a good time. And so I saw that plan. But what I also saw was for a really, really long time, I wanted to do a comic/album, right? I've always been into this band called the Gorillas. Not so much for their music, but for how they make their music live. If you don't know who the Gorillas is, Feel Good Inc. Listen to that song and you'll kind of see what it is it's an animated band and there's 2 guys. So one guy is the musician, one guy is like the animator and like he draws these characters, and the musician makes all of the music and he does a lot of collaborations with different people, and then the music is lived out through these little animated characters. And I wanted to do my own thing like that for a really long time. And I took this concert and this opportunity to basically start my comic. So here's a little footage of our flyer. And this is going to be the start of my comic. So what I'm going to be doing...
DJ Calcana. I'm the artist that drew the flyer for the 9th Island Reggae Roulette, along with my...
What up, DJ?
Maya. If you guys are anywhere near the Las Vegas area and sick of being cooped up, go check it out. It's a concert unlike anything that came before, where social distancing is implemented into the event. So go check them out. 9th Island Reggae Roulette. Aloha.
So here are the characters. There's a Hawaiian guy here. There's a little gamer boy from, I want to say maybe like 5 years into the future. There's this guy who's from the 1975, we'll put him. And then there's one more member in this band. And what I'm going to be working on for 2021 is 3 albums. And they're all going to come with little comics. And it's going to be like, my whole thing is that there's so much negativity in the world going on and stuff that it's time. Like, we need something different and we need proper distractions. So I'm really focusing on creating original music and making a lot of positive content for people to take. This is what it looked like after. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Much love, everybody. And I'm going to leave you with one more little video, and then we'll call it a day. Thank you so much for spending time with me. And another thing I'm going to be doing is putting out a lot of videos. So follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/Beau Cody. I'm trying to get /Beau Cody TV and just run it on there. But I'm working on that. So much love, everybody. Here is the last video. And until next time.
I know what about.
What's up, everyone? My name is Beau Cody. Dude, Ninth Island, Reggae Roulette. We're on the last band right now. And man, it's been a trip, dude. Trying to throw live events during this COVID comes with so much challenges, you know? And dude, I felt like on stage we were playing the first song and then it was done. You know what I mean? And like, it's been a crazy experience. It's been really fun. So make sure to always support live music. I keep trying to say that the reason why I wanted to do this was to show people that, you know, live events shouldn't get wiped away, and that watching a live stream, like, yeah, it's cool, but it's not a replacement for live music. So make sure to always support live, and hope to see you at the next event. Bye, everybody.
Much love, everybody. That was Ninth Island Reggae Roulette. 2 months of work, all for one night. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to watch the replay. If you want to buy again, if you want to support this show so I can throw more like it, www.reggaeroulette.com. It's $10 for 3 bands, a 3-hour-long broadcast, pretty much capturing a night of dope live reggae music. Until next time, everybody. Aloha.
Now it's a good time. Got to lose some battles, but you'll make it in time.